UCLA UNRAVEL, a fashion club on campus focusing on sustainability and social justice, held a fashion show on Saturday, May 24th in Kirchhoff's Grand Salon. The show, focusing on the history of textiles, highlighted silk, plastic, denim, fur, nylon, and lace.
UNRAVEL is a sustainable fashion club on campus, and we seek to provide an alternative narrative to the conventional fashion industry. And so ways that we do that is through social advocacy. We have an entire division that's dedicated to making sure that the events that we do, the projects that we have, and the people that we interact with all have an educational element about aspects of the fashion industry that may be bad, and then trending towards a future where equality is reached.
I don't know, I think the biggest takeaway from the show is just like the level of creativity people have when it comes to using these materials and kind of combining this like artistic but also like scholarly approach to fashion, which I think is a very unique thing here at UCLA. Like we're all here to like learn. We're all scholars, but we're also here as a club to make fashion and make art that asks interesting questions, that creates conversations.
So ultimately, the thesis of the show is to emphasize how much goes into textile production and the clothes that we wear, kind of unraveling behind the seams of our clothes. That's kind of our tagline. And we wanted to show how individually each textile has its own rich history, its impact on the planet, culturally, the people who wear it every day, but then also how these textiles are part of a larger system of the fashion industry, the textile industry, and how their stories all together have created what is now the second most polluting industry behind oil and gas. So that's really the goal, is to highlight how unique everything is, but also how all of them together contribute to like larger issues.
Yeah, for me, I think I really liked the idea of being a part of a club that is really trying to like promote thinking critically about fashion and self-image and everything that kind of gets entangled into those two things. And, you know, I think that's the step towards like a lot of kind of larger scale change and progressivism. And so I really like being with people who are thinking about being resourceful, thinking about where they're sourcing things, thinking about how they're expressing themselves and like what that means and that kind of stuff. So
yeah, we're a very beginner friendly space, so we want to make sure that all of these things are accessible for people and they don't feel like that there's a educational barrier to being a part of our spaces. And so fashion touches everyone, whether or not you have a big interest in it or a small interest. You know, we wake up and we put clothes on every day, and so I think it's just important for everyone to know where it all comes from and how we can be better humans about it.